Welcome back to Meet the Faith. We're getting real about reality TV, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Omarosa, I'm going to start with you. I mean, are you really that person that you were on NBC's Apprentice?
Oh, absolutely. When I'm in the boardroom and there's $250,000 on the table, I'm leaving the room with that money, not either one of you all. And whatever it takes to seal that deal in that room, I'm going to do. But outside of that, there are many facets to who I am. You know, I'm a UN World Ambassador. I do charity work. I work with my family and my church. But they don't show that, and there's not an opportunity to show that in reality TV. So if the viewers want to believe that I'm the baddest in the boardroom, so be it.
And you made a lot of money off of that.
Oh, yeah. And I continue to, so I'm not going to blow my own cover.
You just did it.
You think you just did it, right?
Exactly. Now, Harvey, you and I work together all the time on Celebrity Fit Club. Everywhere I go around the country, they say, is he really that mean? People think that you are creative.
Well, people don't realize, I mean, I've been a Marine for over 22 years, you know. I'm getting ready to retire right now. It's going to be a lifestyle change for me. But, yeah, when I have a bad hair day, sometimes the Marine comes out and somebody's going to suffer.
Harvey, tell them mean is sexy.
Hey, it works.
Hey, do you?
Yeah, I had some issues in the past with people, mainly over in Europe, though, because they really care about the ratings and they really want you to, you know, be the mean, hard ass all the time.
So what would they say to you? Like, what would a producer say to you?
Oh, hey, go over there and start a fight. Go over there and, you know, kick some dirt over in his face while you're doing push-ups. And that's just not me.
And I think that raises a great point, which is when you have editing, when you have producers, when you have all this behind-the-scenes work, it's then that the conversation begins for how are people portrayed, who's selected, how are they edited.
There is a full science to how they select contestants, the psychological evaluations that are given, the background investigations. They knew everything about Randall and I before we ever put one foot on that set. They knew about our likes, our dislikes, the type of personality types we would clash with, and I was always paired with the person who I could not stand, so you knew that there was going to be fireworks.
Right, they're putting people into that environment knowing that there's going to be drama, knowing there's going to be controversy, because that's exactly what they're looking for, because they believe that makes for good TV. And they told us when we started the show, look, our job is to get the entertainment value for your participation here. Not for you to be the best edited or to get the job or whatever. It's for us to get entertainment value.
Well, I mean, this past season, this current season of Celebrity Fit Club, with Dustin Diamond, who played Screech on Saved by the Bell.
If you agreed to combat, I'd fight you.
Would you ever in your life ever threaten me? Your world is
That's a threat.
and think nothing of you damn right. It's a promise. Get the out of here.
That's the first time I ever really crossed a professional and personal line with somebody. That was reality. There was no script or nothing. I really wanted to rip his head off and just pour non-fatty yogurt down his throat.
For his diet.
Yeah, because we got a little
Put on a straight fat smash, baby.
But Harvey, while your reaction and our reactions are always real, I mean, this is how we feel, there was something that was so disingenuous about him. There was something where I felt like he came into the show with an agenda.
And I strongly believe that he wasn't on drugs. You know, normally we had these psychos, they have a drug problem. That's the first time we've had more problems than anyone else in the history of this show, and I'm talking about on both sides of the water, to include London, and the knucklehead wasn't on drugs. That's what makes me think, yeah, he really had motives, and he knew exactly what he was doing, and hell, it worked.
But if you knew that, you guys kind of, y'all amped him up.
Oh, I didn't
haven't
realize
missed one
until
of the
about
episodes.
episode 7, we were almost done.
There are individuals that have agendas that are trying to raise their profile. They want to play a certain role and to amplify that so that they can have that identity after the show.
Is there something wrong with going into reality TV and having an agenda?
No, in
knowing
fact,
that you're being used by the producers, so why not use the
No,
process?
in fact, my recommendation to anyone who approaches me about going on reality TV is make sure that you have an agenda.
Absolutely.
So you know what you're going to get out of the process, as opposed to them getting something out of the process from you.
Because
They get the ratings, you should get something too. Our next segment is going to be about, are we making money on these shows? And if we're not making, who's really making the bucks? Still to come, who's cashing in on reality TV? Welcome back. Today we're taking a look at reality TV. With sky-high ratings and no shortage of advertisers, who's making the money? Do all the shows, do you get paid, like on The Apprentice, do you get paid?
No, for most reality shows, you don't get paid anything. And that gets
But they have to give you expenses. You're taping all this time. Don't they give you something to live by? My
on
goodness.
our show, The Apprentice, I'm
They
sad to
took care
say,
of accommodations, and
that's
then they
it.
brought food into the suite. That was it.
barely brought food.
So
in
you
our
got to be
season.
rich to even go on these shows, basically.
You absolutely have to be
You have to be
independently
doing
wealthy
something
to
that'll
be
take
on
care
The
of you.
Apprentice.
I mean, because you were very successful before The Apprentice.
Indeed. Indeed.
Right.
Before the show, I was doing multi-million-dollar deals with my firm, BCT Partners, and that if I didn't know that I wanted to raise my business's profile, write books, like Campus CEO, and the list goes on, then I would have never been able to leverage it. I had a very clear agenda.
Harvey, people will say, what, how many years in the Marines?
22.
20 years in the Marines. And you do reality TV?
Well, keep in mind, when I started in '99 in London, I avoided them like they were the plague. I mean, they really hunted me down to do this show. And it was a show called Fat Club. And I just finally said, hey, look, if you really want me to do this show, you're going to have to change the format. Because originally the format was, they wanted me to take the piss out of a bunch of overweight people. I mean, these people are like 400 pounds. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So we made some changes to the script.
Who's really making the money, Omarosa?
Mark Burnett.
That's a no-brainer there.
The producers, the networks are making the money.
Unless you know how to market yourself and translate it into something else, then you'll be in trouble.
What kind of money are the Burnett's and Trump's making?
We're talking I think they get maybe some seven-figure sum for each episode.
Per episode?
Per episode.
So what about Fit Club? Are the celebrities paid to come on the show?
I do know some of them weren't. And, everybody has different contracts, yeah.
But who makes the money on Celebrity Fit Club?
Oh, without a doubt, it's the producers, yeah. The network.
So we're in a lot of these shows.
It's business at the end of the day.
But if we're not behind the scenes, then we're only going to be on the other side, which is sitting on lines for casting calls and sending in 10-minute videos hoping to get our 15 minutes of fame.
You won The Apprentice. You weren't just on it.
And it's been a great ride since winning the show. I've written books. Campus CEO just came out. I've done a ton of speaking engagements, which I have a nonstop flow of requests. And luckily, because my background is so vast, the PhD from MIT, the multi-million-dollar business, the Rhodes Scholarship, it gives me access to a lot of different business opportunities. So I'm now making telephone calls to decision makers saying, hey, I'd like to sit down and figure out how can we do business, and now they return my phone calls.
How have you benefited from The Apprentice?
Well, aside from leaving The Apprentice and doing more than 35, 40 television programs since I've done that, including 9 reality programs, I am a top lecturer, and I love lecturing around the country, and I love being paid the top fees to do so and commanding that fee.
Harvey, how about you?
Well, I was pretty lucky. I released 3 DVDs, get ready to release a book in August. And I do a lot of corporate boot camp events, which it's pretty good money,
There really is a lucrative upside if you're able to really establish your identity through reality TV. And I'll be the first to say I'm doing a lot better. I was doing good before. I'm doing even better now.
I'll be the first to admit it. For me. I wouldn't knock it in no shape, form, or fashion. It was definitely a good stepping stone.
Randal Pinkett, Omarosa, Harvey Walden IV. Thank you for joining us for a great conversation. Well, that does it for this week's Meet the Faith. Reality TV, a genuine look at life or modern-day minstrel shows. From Flavor Flav to Reverend Run, the definitions and depictions are broad. I'd like to thank all of our guests for being with us today, and thank you for watching. For everyone here at Meet the Faith, I'm Ian Smith. Stay positive, dream big, and we'll see you next week.